Good day, kids! Another day, another learning. Good day, everyone! For this video, we will be looking into how we make connections. During the pandemic, we hardly connect with our friends because we are prohibited to go out from our homes for safety reasons. But still, we connect. Well, how did you manage to connect with your friends and to the outside world? First, we should know what is connection. According to Google, connection is a relationship in which a person, thing, or idea is linked or associated with something else. Now, what is making connections? Let's look at these pictures. Being sad while reading. Crying while reading. Laughing while reading. Did you experience this? Why? Because you personally connect your emotions to the story that you are reading, and you relate the text to your experiences. So, making connections is a strategy that can assist you in getting the meaning of a text or something that you see on TV. It is about how the information you are reading connects to your own personal experiences. When making connections to the text that you are reading, it helps you to make sense of what you read, retain the information better, and engage more with the text itself. How do we connect? We can make connections between text to text. Text-to-text connection is a connection between texts. You connect what you are reading to other books that you have read before. Example, when the reader says, "This story has the same problem with that of the story of Cinderella." Another, "While I am reading this book, I was reminded of the story that I have read before." These sentences are examples of text-to-text connections because there is a connection between the two texts. These are questions for you to consider in making text-to-text connections. What does this remind me of another book I've read? How is this similar to other books I've read? How is this different to other books I've read? Have I read something like this before? Text to self. In text-to-self connections, you are going to connect what you are reading to your own experiences. Example, when the reader says, "This story reminds me of the vacation we spent with my father." Another, "I remember my birthday as I read this story." These sentences are examples of text-to-self connections because there is connection between the text and your own experiences. Here are some common questions that you can ask in connecting personal experiences to what you read. What does this remind me of something in my life? How is this similar to my life? How is this different from my life? Has something like this happened to me before? What are my feelings when I read this? Text to world. In text-to-world connections, you can connect what you are reading to real events, whether in the past and present time, social issues, other people, and happenings going on in the world. Example of text to world is when the reader says, I saw a program on television that talked about the things described in this article. Another, she read from the news that there is an increasing number of individuals who were tested positive for COVID-19. These sentences are examples of text-to-world connections because there is a connection between the text and the real scenario or situation in the world. These are questions for you to consider in making text-to-world connections. What does this remind me of in the real world? How is this similar or different to the things that happen in the real world? How did that part relate to the real world around me? Remember, we can make connections to text between text to text. A connection between the text and another text that you read. Text to self. A connection between the text to your life or experiences. Text to world. A connection between the text and the events in the world. Did you understand now the types of connections? Very good! Now let's try to study the sentences and identify what kind of connections are they. Number 1. Elena is reading a story where the character visited his loved one in the hospital. It reminded her of when she visited her Lolo in the hospital. Number 2. I remember my childhood when I am viewing this drama. Number 3. I heard over the television about the increasing number of children being vaccinated with COVID-19 vaccine. Number 4. Jaron is reading a book about dinosaurs. It reminded him of his dinosaur book when he was young. Number 5. Health workers are reiterating the observance of health protocols. Let's look at your answers. I hope that this video has helped you understand your lesson. Goodbye for now. See you next video. Bye-bye.